I am watching biem asamu akwabade aba Adom TV Mpensenpensemu bre na aso e obedwam so na na no pay ye onkomo pidi se dia kan ye nyina ye wo atwene mu se ne by 10:30 am or the Parliament of Ghana the Finance Minister be kona fe ode omen ye budget e be ko akwakwa tudwa na se ye be ka se budget and economic policy for the year 2022 and nti ye be hwere na ya bo nneoma so kakra den na expecting free budget nim ye nye bedwafo be bo so na before then so ye other issues unim say budget yansa na be ready kra 50% benchmark value aban no reduce and say ode eba ye about 2019 ene abetodwa say kwan bia so be kan budget be wi ne ye free ho ama gutafo achase ekam AGI for the Omo Nsem Association of Ghana Industries no omo kire say unhealthy competition sa policy no de abre omo try very hard say omo ebeye production no no kwanyam na no odin nti aban no eyi 50% benchmark value no e free hono a ebeboa ene okokra de aba se be de ebi omam ha no onkokra ma bagutafo so raise strong argument bia ye behwe na ye di ho nkomo ene anopai ye fi akwakohwe ye coalition of consent teachers omso abon training say wo hwe 4 to 7% base pay increment e be hyase nyame adoma 2022 no a enya nuru ho enso aniema mu aye den conditions are prevailing at the time omo yes negotiation no say a double up nti aban ne behwe na wama increment papa bia ba wonye na training omo abon say so omo ante ensakre papa bia so de ne strike bi su no mo kasaye in the name of a teacher for any other public sector workers nyina no so ye benya to ase na ye di ehun komo na no pay any other issues a che say any ye konfa no che a any CEO o mo de na ko charge say covid sika beni no ekwan ofa so edidi adwuma no wamfa kwampa so ni nyina mu nkyeremu ye benya to ase ni agye fa na se ema sebe woni ye esi atofo de esi akonkon ema ena no Mpensenpensemu ye de brew e wa Adom TV so Hepa Plus Mr. Opapumden na papumden mapa fruit sukosi na ase abribia oba bia ye adwuma kamade a Hepa Plus Mr. ne kan fama say ya pibi na enom impressor capsules e de nompe ya poso no ho adwuma e na eye nti nipa wo ho na wabati ade akia wabatwe ade akia okotodwe ade akia onantini za poso no pe impressor capsules ne nom na timi aboa Franco Trading Enterprise see ka say one say from 22nd November ekosi 29th no omo ye Black Friday promotion omo ye na no dene Mr. Air Conditions Franco Air Conditions aba ebonwunwun nso ne bo no ewo fom pa na entry power bebre Franco TV inches be na wo hia from 32 to 65 and afi so no iPhone Samsung money phone accessories na ko Franco abenya bi na oye promotion ti watete ne ma na super Christmas yi obedi na wadi ne ye Sunny Gold Brown Sugar nya sichire bia nya die sichire ni bi odi ma ya de bi wo so obedi atede so na emo apomden enunti Sunny Gold Brown Sugar Sunny Gold Brown Sugar ne bebre ho no bi ho no matim se kala ne ahye no but open papa yes Sunny Gold Brown Sugar Kel Charcoal toothpaste wo se ebe ye fe ho bete wonum be ye ode na face no wonum be ye hwam kama pa enti ayafa Kel Charcoal toothpaste twitwi se enkola so de ho no mu a ene ohwe flavor na eman kwada ne nje kura so metwitworo mo se keke Sintandru Senior High School eje nkwada free form 1 form 2 form 3 until ubo modern a de ubakwa enso hwe no betwa na ne da chia brabo so besi ni CD herbal e the CD capsules immune booster aba a che se ene de recover from covid no onya bia eman hoto ne tentem ena afi ye CD ointment so a eno so eye fo honam yawo ene nkasemu yawo ya wote no sadwumeku adarma ne nanopa ye di dwuma die bro medi edna na se ampofo je ma memfa na se so ma CJ fashions owokumase amekom obitima fresh CJ bro nya be ye ni African wear no de odi kwa yie de odi call parties be bia odi kwa sorry be ye bi e di amount 0268 505021 0268 505021 CJ number no sabre me wo honorable Daniel Nikwa Titus Glover kane so afa be de chire ana ohwe yakontu nsem so na osaye kane maship jeni di moment for Waterma East and honorable Derek ohene bekwe kane maship jeni di moment for Upper West achem penifo mi na no pem no be di aduma Honorable Titus, good morning.
Good Titus Glover.
Honorable Titus Glover, good morning.
Good morning, I tell you.
I say, major ya last, no, see me di hu hia me pa. No great. I did not put Titus Glover, no, so I am do. I say, me say, o camp for. Mentini, papa. So camp for Jenny.
Now you Tracy read. Now we be coffee.
Sure.
And I'm boy.
And one. Upon him to say,
and a person, an idea.
And of us, why is look at. Obviously, I saw how much I have 20 years.
But Monday, very early, say motor when the traffic is seasonal.
I know ding.
Too much. To me, cheer to a shama overhead.
Honorable, why transport minister, Pema miss out? Is this the case? Your castle now air doors so do and I say, a quina any being count because interchange ya wo a hypocrisy CCA. I come here and say, as one fast up and a month for you because what say interchange na secrano. Some make us say, oh, a honor free ban, or became the council. It is all doing one to say, oh, ban or pa boy, and you must open one boy.
It's so many factors. The workers are casa does but motorway when you see over 60 years ago, not development and need the banks of the motorway. Now you see are dying, a motorway in change and the idea. And the motorway will tremor nipa to me stop a car on the motorway. All the way from Trasako, Ediba, Ajiringano, before police station.
Sure.
Nipa stop a car, no trim, motorway no. And declare no, we have a challenge. Na another factor be a war in terms of send a corner so I say no so. That was be person mu yifan chen. We free a shaman. We just would tra Klagon and a bridge, you know. Once for no mahus. It's last month. You would this no pachikakra. What stops them from coming back? The only year no started say every echo. But I don't be so how was a mum faso can for my mum faso my not any more trouble, no beer because Obia do also to the and son out in the car and one problem with woman, baby, you hold my be dry. Traffic and no say, and ye be behind a who a Kumase from a what they call Medumano. Obum se car na chi akwa koduro na amena bi ne da Meduma junction ne so ho ba bi. Te se ayi so saa obefa kwan so a se okwa masaman sai. Te se amana no ne ade ntina. Traffic mpanyufo mo hwe highways. Esro no mo so mo twa na bibisi. Ansana ye be ye nansan ye si ayi truck bi Kumase kwan so. Na ye wo se ye fa yamfa. Na obi di ne car. Obi o dwadini akodwa akoto de nyama aba. Or the boom one. Or boom ye we na be far. Different.
Kind of
it's not the best.
My mema honorable Bekin Akwaba. Honorable.
Yeah, minia.
Isi aya chepa.
No cre.
Apodu mu ye de.
Bose ya Adom nyame da Roma.
Ya da hwede ampo Nyankopon ase. Enkomo ya ye di mi se ubo tiri nkwa. Se wo de me nu nyina se wa na ewi anti no.
Yeah. Eho asem no de. Moto we de me du ho a nka me say offense an. Interchange no. Aya ho say
ade ni si wo kokuru
ade ni senti ye no rather no media ndem hunu say a design failure.
Okay,
that's how I see it because so if you do no pa no fi amasaman ba oba wudna moto we ni so a tutu unam overhead na ayi ntaji nasia two lanes therefore na wono mu efi kwa benya no
ba na no so the two lanes
aba eden aba kan making 6.
Yes.
And I want my ifi awoshi
ba no so the 2 lanes.
Eba so the 1 lane abeka making 7. Now call anymore. Yeah, the 1 lane if you took Kromo abeka making 8. And they all converge into 2 lanes. Coming to the high school.
Now, check a 9.
Thank you very much.
Because there's a small one.
Lucky ni sa you 10 no if you don't 10 or blocking no. Inti obviously it tells you say when you are converging at a point where you have 9 lanes converging into 2, there will be traffic. Into those who did the design should have known better.
At least we don't no 4 crown ku si we.
Into na kasa na honorable work and me senior no. Acquiring right on at least my 4 lanes na uba be do utra train kwan no a ba ko no eko
from
so nanka akoye 3 kra na 2 na fasero but we dey 9 converging to 2 what do you expect at any traffic period bia no ebechi ene me fi stadium road nti me fa wure ni mo an ma be pie opoku ase na me wure opoku ase me kokko abenya no ma be fa up join ko abenya de ni sem o be se wo sane na na wa
atum o na ma de no so kra wo hu no fo mo na ye ma
so saa na wonom so a edu enwumre no mo kwa wo fi akra kwa the same mienu na eko kumase no ba ko na efa nchen ko branch wo first eko kwasi krom ene ba ko na eko na nim sei no and also sure I think it's 3 or 4 lanes na ko converge to 2 e wo filling station ho ntana upon a cars do eko no there's traffic so what's the point that then yeah as a minor engineers no as we want to speak we mean as a by the ebesi because we the nipa so a we nyina nam so mo kofa nipa e kwan ya nipa mienu nam so then ebesi wo
ano den
nte ya homete our engineers card ya dey we ya now the car to castle omo kwa no mo hu ni kra no a nka the overhead there's no problem the interchange with no problem with it but yes anya de bomu no me feel say na second lanes ni bi
say so mo enjoy obi o free kwabenya ba besi akọ
offense I wish you got the
and the onam so na okọ
because we need problem bia almost the two if you wanna ba sa
even the lanes heading towards kwabenya no is a hono so kra be problem kakra but ye benya to ase ni afa no as a whole topic na ye discussing here but anopay happy birthday to Mrs. Monica Ej Dakwa of Absa Bank Ghana. I see you are 40 years today. Glorious birthday wishes coming from the entire Asibu Yate family. Your husband, Mr. William J. Dakwa, and special one from Mr. and Mrs. Budu. I see you are a woman with a golden heart. May this day mark the beginning of wonderful things in your life. You are dearly loved. We free. Your sister Florence Moti Eho. Now, there's another one from the channel manager. Eko Ede Ama. Ohin Kesiebi we also Adom TV extends our greetings and official part to the Omahine of Suhum traditional area and elders and the people of Suhum as they celebrate this year's Udra this week. Sinyami Adoma memene dana Suhum for so Udra no Drabo Kesie no Baso Saturday 20th November. Yeba never better mochi channel manager ankasa pakosi akona send message die na ne nechese bibia ekokamanti eno no afi yenkomo no so ene ye hwe ni mu se ye bekenkan budget no na reversing the 50% benchmark value ena GUTA for say it will be suicidal ye baba sisi na ye ba be free enkomo no ase yenye nkran bra sisi ya Yamo akwa bi ma fe yemfa nkomo no nhye so ono titles global ma nhye ase yemfa free so esu a omema dwadifo esu ye efa import duties a na etwa mo mene na bruni beka se mo briefi a sigh of relief bo aban abaso bo nsem e ma aban se otimi introduce SA 50% benchmark value ya enei akoba se aban jishe nyina ne nkrate free Ghana Revenue Authority ni nchiremu ne nkomo a ekoso nyina akire se or reverses 50% benchmark value no in the first place unyini se mama dwadefo insist from na GUTA for the makan emphatically say suicidal sanse de beba na nya papa
adaje mama nche wa hwefo na nche my colleague anyone kasa na sanahini Ghana ana yensa na obra
sanahini
ene nyame aduma obekọ ma hye bedwam na wode asika 722 nyina de akoto na hye bedwam na GUTA for say benchmark value 2019 I think around March April May maybe nyame aduma next year is almost 2 years buying any sanction no at the coho. Na di baako a na di enya bebre. It's about the fact that we need to improve on our domestic revenue generation. We share budget here, team adi titru na finance ministry for air canon say they want to look at the recovery of the economy after COVID. Ejuma sem esu yadi na edi omaninya. Already abano yeb di owo so yebia na memburu no omonye ejuma enye. The toso bi onzo how we can link the economy to digitization. Said the ebesi eboa. Afesu about skills development. Sebe we share the number of graduates every year. The school pomwa ediba labor market no esunyeba. But white collar jobs are not readily available. Say ma kwanya omituma akoshim because over 100,000 or more every year. And the whole public sector is choked. So wow, ebema entrepreneurial abeshim na ebeboa emebunu to develop their skills and their talent. Ebefa kwanswa ebeboa. We share obiti say nanu na meet this young man horseman shoes. But why say na me wo 6th parliament na his excellency President Mahama about parliament. Na the state of the nation address na shoe no sheno a horseman shoe or the tray.
Yeah, I remember.
Na me tia branch no so Legon. No we university no. Na ejuma pe na akoyedin. He was born, grew up in Kumasi. Now we show Kumasi we show shoe manufacturer no e wo hopa. And they were starting say oh yes small business be. Obi ana oye shoe ma na ade ode komano. Oye na o sha de na de ye kama ode ko program is na wona say shoe share if you even by Italian na o see dey kromo any year no. Graduate no started of builder and then is a big household name Horseman Shoes. Ebeboa. That is the angle we want to look at. Ebeboa in that skill development. But doing so, think tanks be akasa and Institute of Economic Affairs once akasa. And let me quote portion of page 17 of daily Ghanaian Times. As ahead of the budget, some think tanks have called on government to initiate innovative measures to boost revenue mobilization. And the Institute of Economic Affairs, IEA, in its expectation of the budget, said government should take bold and innovative measures to mobilize resources and allocate them judiciously to sustain long-term growth, quote and unquote. Think tanks were the more kind. Now, busi yebo abotire anamo no no eyadoso na wo hwe busi yabo eni busi na woda wo
adoso anase eyadoso
edoso wo hwe keka da woda busi no yeba de ayetua no yitua wotua de nya de bom fidi ya obetu nyina no wotua de nya de bom because the demands of the country are so huge. Now they want to be mobilizing local money, domestic revenue out where you are compelled. So be kwa bonti ago jibusi no na ye kan sa so na edo so akoya dia akosi ekwan so e wosi ye pekwan bia within internal revenue generation ye be pay sika no bi na ye da ye adwuma but wo hwe an industrialization drive na ye no at the days of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah ye state owned Ghana Industrial Holding Corporation GIOC ubatema ye wo pen division wo ho ye wo Kasanoma Electronics ye all part of GIOC ye wo meat factory ni nyina wo e ho ni nyina sai. And then the paradigm shift of the NADO's government is a private sector. Said you better taumachi in terms of loans, in terms of tax reliefs, never boost the economy in a way of trying to solve unemployment. And then we come benchmark value is over 80 items or 85. Almost you about 30, 31. Say when na the benchmark value every year the G20 be but now the entire items are we come where we call Nigeria and them new say Nigeria have over 45 different items they are banned into the economy. The essence of nyame when you say industrialization drive na ya shase ni when you know ye bi wo na se ye we bi komu a ne ye makwan amamonifo enwom de aba say ye consume de no wo ho a you are encouraging them to produce more and bring them here into this country. I didn't say ye dia ye wo ha ye ntumi enso ano.
And also affect currency.
You understand? And Nigeria for no ma ye kra ne say eyi sika kra wo ba ko kra ne ma no kra no there's a lot kra e ma kwan.
Minim say enyan ready budget na, but I don't know if you have a hint of a list of commodities and I say nyoma na.
Me need in fact na obi e boboso e wo show no so na enwumra ye ba ekusi se no
because yenya list be but deputy trade minister Mayeti say omunyam finalize it hopefully be and then by the time we
no be kire nyama na ewo mu no
the ntine say ye some commodities e be a production e be e koso ha de but ye ka say ye ma locals no nko an so is a production na den ya scarcity beba system mama shortage
nyaje wo hwe a typical product like a cement and there were over 5-7 different companies our capacity of producing grano. It's all over. Cement, the one years back of cement.
5 days, 10 crabs around 11.
Okay, thank you very much for the information. And the one capacity now would produce barno. I didn't know was a crash cement if I why do you have to go and take cement from outside? And then you live as Adom brand at the Walma, almost produce fractal at the Maye. And then it's to be consuming ya. Why? Essence ye tekrama no akonwa broche dia pa say ye dia na ye tekrama so kra na ye bibi. And let us learn how to consume whatever we produce here. Amaskana ye di kokra nyama no dia ba no.
That one they definitely me say Ghana ni bi opempuntu obia was stand against that. But that's the way to go. See per se ye dia ho asomam. But ye the nyoma esefata say di go akwan no.
Aden.
Egu akwan mu.
Aden. The watermelon factory produce juice. What is a confidie here? Ye was raw. Or by Savannah, there's a rice mill, big rice mill factory. Yeah, local rice production. And also, who got the food on? I want to do a mopa. And the paddy rice in us here, you come. You share bag. We must learn to consume our own thing. School feeding, ye, same monubi. Young Kuala, you must go secondary school now. Then you know, sa local rice, ya bantoa, ye the mascus here, ye dear. And for son bar. What does it? And this idea that all
right.
Obi be our person or ye juma. A buying a beer quino, ye the job to aquamo, tax reliefs, Nancy poultry, Daku farms. She scout a bank of Kurodikoshimu, and the Buanos Opeja. And the gradually no mean case a good boni. It was a short council will measure it in a way, will be a winding and
the structures, you know, how to arrange, say, even your importers, almost so best shifty. Omo e focus on dia ba say oh if say production we be e koso ha ampa said ye kan dia and ye be fa sa ne manu mum na ye nso ya to ba sa sika no it will run in a circle ye nyina ne ho beto but o de ma menko honorable Bekwe Hona mintie ne dia kakra 50% benchmark value issue ne said ono ati issues na siafa honorable
me ne be ma medase me fa kwanya so na ma chia wono ma hwe programming and I'm a man for a power station as usual. Others in Potem. And come ye di na if you Ghana and Puntu ni Ghana ye di.
Sure.
See a cat Ghana and so any why. Ghana no and a bind the ye di 2 miamano, dear Sikani and you dear in Adia man and say on Fanshay so sending you better. This benchmark value, I am about 3 programs now, me say. A conform no be although you were other audience who can benchmark now but a section of the audience so they need to know you can benchmark
what kind of
benchmark values you are thinking 2019 or buying and say and name be a nyina and name be a craba of my mono and name na bo na eba no anka ye be gina so ageto no ye be hwe bo na ya chemu mienu na ya jeto
ewo e fa no
so
and one benchmark 50%
benchmark value 50% na buy ni years an hye ni buy ye kind of GUTA phone de share severally ama hu say ehia se san hye ni buy den ebekoso e no de buy ye nyina ye ti osebo a
boy
it is 2017 number of parliament do on first budget buy your ball brass band or abozo guy no etie koye na ye mo ya
asempa budget na kan
etie koye no na ye ne oho na ye osu ene jadutwa you see as a buy no the question is Is it the time? Abra, me kai, amampenia be de chie baumia, amampenia baumia, His Excellency. Or announce the introduction of the benchmark values. You know. You feel some more kind. So reasons no etwana. What's this? Yeah, me kai. What's you near my faculty council? Buy mem koye mem na dos say ye ne sa. Yes. Ye ne sa be man near mananke fa baby na ye smuggle no. But the volumes he used that word. Buy imports no akosro. Into your cost, you need the revenue. He made all these reasons available to us. Then you're sure. That's it. So why now Sabri and pay charge?
Because to add to the okay, you share from 2019, even in 2020 in Pokrana and COVID, a strike hard no. The Ghana Revenue Authority was able to exceed the target. Not just say, I'm passing.
I think we were expecting 42 and they backed 45.
It's a indication.
Indication say, Sabutaino, a year juma. We are now talking about import substitution reasons. Say, Bemakwam, a yenokre, you knew my dear ever and you infinitive juma and say, ye juma. And now Pagan Jasua. And Nima ye dining na ye consume majority of ye just ye crefia manone. Ubian penisa, as a mine. It me to do a ye ukan kasebi. Ubisas and ye sisi ye nanya. A city son, Menocasiamu. Afibiano, young crackano, over 800 metric tons in ye crack. What is on Ghana, do in Libya? It's just around 300. So we have a deficit of over 500 metric tons.
Per information, I mean, free Ministry of Agriculture. Last time I know Munya encountered nature say, about 50% of a more I do a memo and crabba. About 50%.
Into the Yemfanisa. Yemfanisa 50%. Na ye cra. Ever can't 50% na yedi. Now all of a sudden, she ene a membu na e ma ye two petroso. Petro no to sono. Amak asentiade akosoro na akoka enioma wodwaso nye no kutu
ni ade
me das me ni abema wonoma edi mfidie kura ye adwuma akoka their cost of production ye ka omo body ye enioma de bedwaso enye obi ne bekacho hwe the exchange rate ayetem ni akodu ni nyina ne say Ghana wotibia bia min kai bra ye komu wo manmu Edding. In at least that reason is not mine in 2019. Any is it the time to remove the benchmark values?
And a good question, but based on the okay, Union say it me as your man said they say ye proposing Nesicano. Ye de to Ghana near my head na here. Sa exchange rate is ya. I saw you someone yes no.
And we yeah, say yeah, that's to produce 50% of what we need in rice. Men confess men quite chebia. And now we na ye dinu. I'll come out a day ne a hotche na wo me mu no. And na ya to 2 ye near ye and I listened to when my senior was on the show. I listened to the show. Akwabia a Jumakobia so one pomu. Osi afini the machine crowd and ye Jumada. And it just a paddy rice no or alleged crass Nigeria for kind of better way. Until we have that problem. Until your mind only a buying us at the say. Obitu to an among what bribimu. And yes, so ni pass and sabre on there. Try your man penny abedity. Baumia. Abro opposition refi. This is issues of tax. You can want some. Oh, see you. And this year, my sabre no. And messy up taxes in the cost road do.
Lazy man's approach.
And a different one, po. Or see na tax nitiama are affecting the growth of the country. A growth no so revenues are there above revenues no from they have to go back and increase taxes again and just all minor jizemugra and you know yi
is at the chrono kind na
and at the chrono kind no and also some and they are going to move out from taxation to production they know yi.
But I didn't know in line per the benchmark value whom in Koma ye DNCC.
In 2 years, no introduce benchmark value. A minor conform. Shall we say what may Minia if list never out no me bon pai say man that list they are essentials I use no day to day hwe no 2 years dey propaganda
o dey no hu sa list ni
me hu ayi iron sheets me hu cement kotokuo me dey me hu clicker wo you see this are essentials me hu paper products
clicker na eno ne dey cement no I heard it from the mouth of a deputy minister Madukia say enka
okay me hu paper products kind of your package ni ade hwe yen say for cement over roofing sheets and then Usha
ne so mo produce bi Ghana has say bebre ana
on produce bebre ye do bia ye betumi meet the demand of the people ana
so they just increase the production ana
do you just increase when utilities look at the cost of their production
okay
since
and also another issue here
I say abine to not to answer why onya ye
often say be take here how long as an etimi aye sade we ana ye ntimi nye kra
ye betumi aye na mo nye nia ya ye oman ni na bedui ya ye oman no ma ye exchange rate de nam na owura ba omi aka say se yan hwe ni ye na so oman no niam anko ye ya exchange rate na beda di a kire ye na e da di kire ye e kire wo ye petrol mu e kire wo ye fudie mu e kire wo ye cost of production mu hwe anu kire ha ba nyina no anko man adiare me yagma of VAT VAT ene be me yagma first anse na me ti kwan anko man 3 consecutive years meeting the revenue targets ni nyina ne say me nya be ma ene omampani abede che ene na nado excellency aban ya kan say bosia bo eni hafo na bosia ye oman no hwe ne mode bosia na akodu from 122 to almost 330 something as we speak into no yensika ya de nyina no kora wo ni say ne fa kese ekotua interest on loans eya bosia na de nsi hu ne tia
nsi hu nya bosia no mpo
inti sika aban we hia no ene enmedi na ba onko bond market ohu ni esi amma say no wonoma ebo yan bosia kwa no ohu ni oman ni mu didie because say obi asro ni Ghana ka tuturi die akwakoduro ani oman ni mu aho kire ne ekoso no ene omo bre to get loans inteso mbeye bibi na wonoma ebo bosia no and so we are managing things well in skosi na he and now you're in deficit. It's over 15%. Ntobi kase omani muniema yesika samni nkoyi ya ye kan na mudi what I'm giving you facts and figures. That's why financial analysts nature say the country is broke. But if the country is broke and you want to fix it, no one is saying say don't fix it. But is it the time? She ejo dey se command ye hu. Ye nyina ni setimi ye niema ye. No kore
dey ye nyina kore di bia.
Me da say. Ni ye sisi ye nyuma. Na ye production a ye be save foreign exchange especially when we are getting the raw materials from our country. Ebe ma ye foreign exchange na ayeyi. Sika ye sesa poto ne mo abontin e de ba. Ehun beto no. But what is going on now? Even the government itself, also the component of domestic debt in the overall debt. So they are crowding out the private sector from the markets.
Okay.
And this is not the time, especially.
Expectations. Honorable Titus Global. Honorable. So share the coalition of concerned teachers with regards to a year base pay, a year 4 to 7%, and no taking effect 2022. Almost say at the time of years negotiations, no conditions prevailing sat say no abro jena ewo at that time so it's a buying no nye hu bibi and other issues about enuma edia ye kan ode toto enkoma amanfo di okrom kroma den na wo eja wo na wa bem then na mo dey eba to address these issues and as then na wo hwe ni mum ye sure say bia budget no nya nkenkan mu kra nwie nti e bia obetimi am obi hope kakra
excuse me ansana meti we free ho no ma small reaction to their honorable kan you know onimi ya adwin say aban revenue ana me ne ya adwin say you achieve the revenue target. The fact that why achieving revenue target is not the end of it. Because the demands of this country to fix problems in Wokrumano. It also. Yenyanka yibenya manabro sukwana abuchukrano amonenka yingujubusi ane mfefrio. Okembium ejitu muse it was a industrializing. And that is the way to go. It is a budget way edishei abetuo na industrialization drive na ye na nyama ye wa na ye sanso eji free abrochire anama no ne ediba. What do you think we are doing? Then you are promoting the goods from these foreign countries, making their business successful to the detriment of your own. 31 was even 32 was whatever. I'm sure by the end of the budget they can even Yamaneko. Abang way 17 or 15 different taxes. 17 different taxes. Because the savings now we know when you would question business then you are growing, including the benchmark value. Next year 2 years. Now the year Korea catches a let us expand our horizon. Nature quite be fast one. You better receive more revenue. Said the boy busi and age you are broaching that they then we're also encouraging the local production. And who's here and Tiasia? And who's here the bonning?
But
I agree.
I think say hono odo ya adwen say see encouraging no but have we checked the bottlenecks? Especially with regards to obia or new entrepreneur or person starting BB through your registration cause time abenya certifications sika or startup ne niam kitten money nyina ya check it
na me purchase so person we because you may be higher the level obi higher on the level so person who starting base was scout this starting very saying medium term in that level kakra graduate at the course and who we show one day the opportunity higher no na wako say we share a COVID by if you look at the stimulus here then other small businesses. What's the name of this new agency?
NBSSI.
And yes, no ya need different. This come man for say omo di dwa mo ye nyama kakra yen so masele no mo pagyo mo. A lot of things has gone in there. What you say? Said the beboa am yen timemfo no yen so yen side den akoya no. So clearly it is not a bad idea. I agree say debts. We share debt servicing. Now the who can debt service here. Enya yengwa ye ye tua debt service here. Dia mu beji here and dia da wansa na musu moba. Then the quantum ni nyina na ye tua de ye diko. And ye ma ye kase and ye ka ya kobo no enu busia na ye tua wonka. It is not so. Na trade unions concerned teachers any buying
so why Ghana Enterprises Agency?
Ghana Enterprise Agency, yeah, that's the MBSSI. That's the new name they've given to it. Teacher for they want to demonstrate or go on strike or what?
Strike.
I think another thing, and then Wednesday.
Yes.
And Monday was one of the dailies. Now my colleague, the executive secretary for Labour Commission, Ufuswa Samoa, I say strikes in the idea no so atikakra. Naturally say stakeholders and social partners dialogue within omo kwan be faso a agitations in yamanya so beti e dia bafo me hu story no enra no me nige but ye be pia na pay no ema ya aha me bebre na the tiene say they should continue to engage na finance minister ana nyabedi chiri including the Fair Wages and Salary Commission because I'm not and negotiate with the Ghana Education Service. Ghana Education Service earnings finance for on one side. Now, Fair Wages and Salary Commission, I'm not chair. What they say, then the labor unions, no entrance, no more check. Why you be first one? You the year be 2 years. Now, we share. I was 2 years ago. I know we negotiated another thing.
No, this year
negotiation. No negotiation. 4 years increase no more. So almost so that's why the spirit of negotiation war. Now we share na idea no enye mawa. You still invite your social partner to the negotiation table to negotiate. What I say, me the sana me union adwuma ne ya 91 abedu 2000 when I did. Enti some more concern that they should make it known. You know, they should write to the Fair Wages and Salary Commission expressing say the omoni and therefore based on these facts, you know, then some transfer to make their case because the negotiations are union for no omni proposals back koma employer no na employer no so ahwem wahwe na ho den the sikasem to any ade ade nyina o say had meet me
at the time omo ye negotiations no na conditions prevail say neni ho especially that time no hwe fuel prices no money ene ma bi wo no yes and be akwakoduru no next year mpo na sa increment no chance na woefully inadequate
and minimum ya adwen and the nonsense no money say they should still write to the Fair Wages and Salary Commission na yen hwe no mo hwe de omusan
ona back minim say na wo hu sa issue no
me da say before
say increment enya me ya adwuma but omo asore say da bi ni kwase etwempo
before I go that
ba wada mama yen nkran bra sisi e ba na wonya to wase enya time na wadwam uguso hwe Adom TV be dwam Mpensenpensemu
tam ko edu
ye ba sisi a yamo akwa ba bi ma fe yen toa yen komo no so honorable Bekin Pacho na overflow
yeah emini am se medase na ye wo a friend saying teacher for no National Labour Commission in Semono. Before that topic I discuss here by your best rabbi no. You see sika yashini ye. Unye skanda do saying. Na wan shini ye.
Influencer.
Because abanya wet me achieve the target for 4 consecutive years. Totaling over 30 billion, 45 billion or so. Skabebre. Who calculate here? Obibi ane bibi say nesikano wona na mo good pa abra mo say nesikano way. The wasan koji busia over 45 billion dollars. Within a period of 5 years. 45 in the grand year abekam. So what kind of auditor general's reporter? She within 2017 to date. Sika enyunu efi o man they were quoting 35 billion Ghana cedis. Out of that, no, about 3.5 are cash unaccounted for.
Wow.
Yes. This is a ubu of mine. Next is scanning, you know, oh, this cano, neba. No, what they are, what they are. In think of pizza, or become free education, obey, say, is you cannot, and the account crowd, or get your friends saying, education. I was an education committee. Many morning. You use the car get fund at the my education, no. Ediko yisi ano kote $1.5 billion. And no can ye kai hu. And some more.
Is that protecting the public person?
Some more ye protection for protection to change. Ye buska no makonta papa. Se ne EU no e ahomte. Ye jo tia for de. We nya akajentum no mo kan wansa mo kura. On kasa wa you know ha. What's the collection
and also another issue and normal addressing various issues. Yes. That's one of them.
But on this no, ye agree terms are omone aban no. Labor Commission di mu akoten. No mo share one say by on the 17th ayene mewa.
And 17th yeah.
But on the 17th no, conditions be enketenkete a wo ho a omo say by ene no.
Any conditions of service in India.
Conditions of service in India. Inti akatia 4%, 7% no. The major issue it is what it is.
And so much wind of caution. The amount buying say only
Ondika. Hey, neatimi. And if 7%
and quite take effect next year.
Neatimi. Ondika because cost of living are very high. Na no kwasam ye church for a kromai. Edme bia hu hia na teacher for conditions anyone and they are even not talking for only themselves. I'm say all public sector workers
sure
trade unions in money abanye den and tenase which we support them because so nipa no kraka onko de fafo biokraka kra
offer trotro kra
le duane odi ekosen na tare hye ekosen MSMT market women.
But I don't have issue ne hangi ho. They omo ejai omo
ko dwom ko bisai niema. Ti say niema na bono ko boom boom. Enye wo
Christmas so ba o.
Enye wo Christmas crowd dey be bom a e be yasam. Ni nyina ne ntotoe ne hyehyɛ a aban we wadi o mani hwambo. Ne ebe yi de. Ne ebe yi.
Oh yeah feels the way you oh yeah sure say pure mismanagement.
They are looking to mismanagement because you can't take all this money, borrow all that much.
But aban me ati say COVID ababe haye o. Afa ni ere ko.
Me da say what the COVID as aba. West African zone. Oman a won na COVID hit won ebi krase ye. They are all making good growth. Yeah, COVID no, COVID I found back that COVID apartheid ne ba. COVID apartheid ne ba.
Because COVID excuse no too much.
Because on my no one now what the zone, the ECOWAS zone, go and check. They are doing fantastically well. Ebi ni kumas enti yenya kwan ko kumasi dia no a. That calls for accountability when it comes to
to us honorable title say we.
Ushenia esi kumasi mu for kumasi ji won esi
kumasi ji
ne ma papa no uche di na ba get for your ba so your ba so your ba okani o say covid
awuni achireba no
awuni achireba no so your ba so your ma me wan fa bi anti me fa ne san pa on fa ncheme ne awuni achireba okani wa pitching wanya agudro e dey match right say mo nhwem na ye covid sika e ba ye na wo ho a ye de ye adwuma no empanifo de akoto cars akese
so issue by obi capture cars and pictures crowded by
and a name of Muhiadia, anyhow. This tells you the general view of what is happening.
But it depends. Say vehicles, so yeah,
in times of pandemic, we need operational equipment. And can you tell me, say, luxurious vehicles are operational equipment in pandemic period, the health sector?
Yeah, timing. The timing is an issue. And I said, what the money was meant for.
It is meant to handle the pandemic. COVID now, and yes, I've been a koto kasa kesier kodem sesikano. Yet pandemic ni huejuma. And then I show the outlook of what is happening when it comes to the expenditure of COVID funds. Inti obisa
conference the case study.
Just a case study. When you see the right word, a case study, and it calls for a total audit.
I think that there was an issue raised in Parliament.
I'm expecting say in Parliament and then Papa call it Papa Penny audio from on the book COVID so kunta. But because some of us suspect say they have misused the COVID.
All right, Mamenda say honorable titles mpacho we mame.
At the macro level, we share COVID funds are bad. The Auditor General.
Okay, macro level, I said the national level.
Because once I tikuo our former Chief Justice and a dano.
COVID trust fund, no.
Trust fund near Nigeria. So nobody at the national level has misused or misapplied COVID funds because the books are there.
Embezzlement, your misappropriation.
When
you misappropriation.
At the right time, you know, the Auditor General at the COVID trust fund, and I'm sure say Finance Minister budget or kind crowd, but can be one ever COVID scaba. And it's yes, oh, not tree. Mammy Kaze. Oh, Kasa won't just that question. I'll be some. I mean, now, Mamimbo, a branch and a basso.
The report,
I wouldn't know.
I will not sure by
at a point in time, or say, can't I talk about the man when you read the Dominic Mayano or the man you cram and you copy was yaseno.
I can't
appear me yaseno. So, my brother basso because we say on your whistleblower because we in him. No man whistleblowers no more tech, no more blow whistle now, no more information.
That's why that was
but we were so bold and what they have trouble to say. Never be said. What they can call quarter and interest what the what petition charge. All right,
thank you very much, Honorable Titles Global. Honorable Derek Ohene Bekwe. Yankopon Shamu ye pa bidi nanase ampo for you. Dominic is here about the producer show no na Sarah and so any assistant Priscilla ne that she so direct bibia. I mean at much na be say share e obedwe.